This is such a special place. You drive through the streets of Green Bay, no tall buildings, quaint houses, and then boom, right there in the middle of the neighborhood is iconic Lambeau Field. Today we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup on tap between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Green Bay Packers. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. Taking it about the 1. Now the return. Here comes Randall Cobb. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. Rodgers going to the air to start things out. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. Rodgers going to throw. And he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Give him 18 on that play, and Green Bay has the first as well. Well, we know he can run the football too, but he's a good pass catcher. That's been on display here, Charles, on this opening drive.
And we certainly have seen the benefits of what he did in the offseason, which was spend more time with wide receivers, working on routes, working on cuts, in order to make himself a more complete running back and even more of a threat downfield.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete. He really tried to thread that down the seam.
Yeah, he tried to rip that one, didn't he? But a throw with that velocity, necessary when you're trying to hit a quick hitter like that one. Timing execution has to be perfect. Unfortunately for him, that one fell to the ground.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. To throw is Rodgers. And the Chiefs are going to get him. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Now, the #1 mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
As we check the next-gen stats, you'll see he had precious little time to do anything with the football there. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. A first carry from a collegiate star here in Wisconsin. It's Jonathan Taylor. There he goes, right side. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown.
Well, earlier in the week when they had their scouting report meeting, this was the explosiveness that they talked about trying to contain. They were concerned about it all week. Yet he still did it to them. Wonder how that's going to carry over the rest of the game.
And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. And he will make it back to the 15, and that's it. Good coverage there by the kick team. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left. We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Another first down as they call his number again. He's got 15 yards here. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. From midfield, here's Rodgers. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 22 yards there, a first down.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Rodgers now on first down. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Montez Sweat in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. If you want a lesson on how to defeat an offensive tackle, that was pretty textbook.
Is that a clip and save? Is that's what's going to go around the league, and people are going to watch that and say, my goodness, that's how you do it? And I feel awful for the offensive tackle because we always talk about the athleticism of that guy who just beat him. Well, you have to be athletic to try and block that guy. Just in this case, the defense won.
So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Another try after the first down sack. Rodgers, and a loose football, and it's picked up by the Chiefs.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. They'll send the tight end in motion. Second down, another run with Taylor. And he'll get this one up to about his 14. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Well, this defense for the Packers, they were terrific a week ago in that win over Detroit.
And the way they did it was by getting after the quarterback. Sacked him 7 times in that game. Came from all angles, created a lot of illusions, and especially just beat them man for man. That's the kind of defense that really frustrates an opponent.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. Now they'll run the option to the short side left. And that one will go for 13 yards on the keeper and a first down. And this, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that. And here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game. And all that preparation, it goes right out the window.
Fields on first down. He'll drop this down to Taylor.
Short completion, just 4 yards, and it's second down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Coming up on a 2nd and 6.
They'll try and run the option left side. Taking it right down Broadway. The 30. 10. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown.
Justin Fields.
69 yards. And they're able to add on to their advantage.
Brandon, you and I have called a lot of college football in our day, but on Sundays here in the NFL, doesn't it look a lot like what we used to see on Saturdays when we called those games?
Yeah, option plays just like we saw, and that was a long touchdown on the option. What you taught me, though, defensively, you get your eyes in the wrong place on a play like that, you're in trouble.
What's the term that's in vogue in the NFL? Eye violations. The offense wants you to put your eyes in the wrong spot so that they can appear in others.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. Play action. Now it's Rodgers. And bringing it in right side here, Beckham. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming.
Hands it off out of the gun.
Able to avoid him at the 40. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer first down. Now here's a defensive timeout called by the Chiefs. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now Rodgers. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 13-0 is the score after 1 on EA Sports. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now it's Rodgers. And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Another try after the first down sack. Rodgers trying to get it to Beckham, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Caden Stearns. And the Chiefs are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line.
Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw? And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. A carry by Taylor to start the drive.
And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Yes, indeed. That play there, that reminds me of some of the guys that I played with that have that suddenness, able to get into the backfield almost about the time the ball snapped and make a play. How about that tackle for a loss?
Yeah, absolutely. He did a lot of that last week when he was named the NFC Defensive Player of the Week. One of the guys on the team was saying, hey, yeah, we called him the disruptor, and that's carrying forward again.
Makes sense, doesn't it?
That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and, of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
On 1st and 10, here's Fields. He's got Watkins on the out route. Down inside the 10. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. A big play that time on the catch and run. And the Chiefs are going to get a fresh set of downs. They scored touchdowns on drives 1 and 2, and now they're trying to make it a perfect 3 for 3 to start. Taylor is into the end zone. Touchdown, Kansas City. So it's a pretty good season he's putting together running the football. That now 10 rushing touchdowns on the year.
And we know this is a passing league, and those numbers throwing the football, they seem to go up and up every year. But there's still something to having a reliable back you can count on in the red zone to bring things home for you. And that's what he's been doing all season long.
Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
To the right side, it's Kelsey. They find some open field here. And it's a Packers touchdown. Travis Kelsey hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Packers are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. And it's no good. He missed it wide to the left. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. From the 6. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And they, of course, coming into this one in the midst of a tough losing streak. They did get helped out by the open week last week. And in talking with him, all indications were, Charles, that was a very helpful break.
Yeah, I know a lot of teams, coaches, they hate taking time off in the midst of a losing streak because they think they have to stay on their toes and punch their way out of it. But occasionally, you get that open week, you step back, evaluate what's been going wrong, see what you can put in that can move you forward, and maybe you get a chance to breathe a little bit and kind of start over.
76 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
From the 16, Fields. And he'll find Moreau here. And that's good for a gain of 6. And 3rd and 1 now.
And as a quarterback, you're always pleased when you can use all the weapons at your disposal. Here he spots his fullback underneath, gets the completion right there for a nice pickup.
This is complete to Watkins on a slant. And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick a down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
1st and 10, Taylor now.
An nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Now an option play on second down.
A really nice effort that time. 12 yards on the keeper, picking up the first.
Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there. Worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
And pretty good pursuit there defensively. He's brought down, no gain on the play. Second down coming up. No gain on the play as we have reached the 2-minute warning. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Now Fields.
And that'll be incomplete. He was looking for Evan Ingram, the tight end. But now it's third down.
That was well defended. They clamped down on every available receiver. Just got to give the win to the defense on that snap.
Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on third down.
To throw is Fields.
And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Sometimes the game is pretty simple. Put a few extra defensive backs on the field, give them nowhere to throw the football, force the incompletion, and get off the field on third down.
And the punter's on the sideline. Here's the field goal unit now to try an exceptionally long one. And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good. And this will remain a 2-touchdown game. And that's the risk of the long field goal miss here at this stage of the second quarter. You give up great field position.
And that gives them one more opportunity to make something happen and something big. And we've seen crazy stuff happen at the end of halves.
Rodgers' throw here complete to Kelsey. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they're having panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
This is first and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Green Bay touchdown. Sony Michel, his first touchdown on the year.
And the Packers get a late score here in the final minute of the first half.
This time the extra point up and good. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away.
And not much.
And a mistake on the lateral. It's a loose ball. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy. because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. It's caught inside the 25. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. So the field flips here as they'll go to work at the 20 now on 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw.
Now this will be swung out wide for Taylor.
And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. So the completion good for 7 there, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Here we go.
This one out quickly to Watkins. They'll wind up getting just a yard, and that'll leave them with a 3rd and 2.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Third and 2, Fields. They'll set up the screen to Taylor.
And he'll be out of bounds. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And when you're throwing the ball downfield really well like they have been on this drive, it's really a nice time to work one of the screen plays in. One of my favorite play callers in the game has always told me he starts every game with 10 to 12 screens because if he starts feeling the pressure from the defense, he uses their aggressiveness against them.
A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal.
Shot before the break. Fields.
Touchdown!
Jonathan Taylor.
As time expires in the first half.
And the Chiefs will extend their lead on the final play of the half.
Big decision there. They say forget the field goal and go for it, and it pays off.
I wonder who was in the ear of the head coach on this one. Did he make this call on his own? Or maybe the analytics coach got involved. And a lot of times you talk about that all week before the game. Hey, if we're in certain situations, analytics actually says do it this way, which might be against the norm. And it paid off for them in a really nice way.
Cashing in and there on the final play of the first half. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. Ready for the start of the 3rd quarter. The Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football.
Very short kick taken right at the 20. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And Charles, for them, pretty good first half on the ground. They had some success running the ball in quarters 1 and 2, and they got the lead. Now a chance to expand upon that lead here with their first drive in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, and believe it or not, you and I have noticed that this great game of football has shifted towards pass first, run second. So for me, it's really nice to see some of these teams keeping the ground game as a big component of their offense, and it's working pretty well for them now. And let's face it, they can continue to do damage with it. And in addition, it sets up the pass game really well for them too.
Throwing on 2nd and 8.
Fields. He's got his tight end. It's Chris Manhertz.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30.
99 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Back to throw. Fields working the middle here. That's complete to Moreau, the tight end. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
He's trying to protect his quarterback's blind side. Got nabbed for the hold.
You have one job over there. Make sure that man does not get hit. So if you have to hold occasionally, do so, because they don't catch all of them. This time they did.
A give to the fullback on the dive. And he'll take it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. It's a gain of 3, and it'll be 2nd down.
A good solid game there on 1st down, but the defense has to be happy they didn't let it pop for anything bigger.
Throwing on 2nd and long.
Fields.
Packer pressure, and down he goes. JPP cruising in for the sack that time.
And they visited the end zone frequently in this one, and obviously they wanted another one. But give credit to the defense there. They may not make the comeback, but pride showed. Good sack on that play.
Though certainly in a pickle here. They have a mile to go to try to pick up the first. We'll see what they've drawn up.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Here's the Chiefs punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And well done here. That one will kick out of bounds at about the 8-yard line.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Rodgers.
And that is incomplete. Nearly intercepted. The free safety couldn't quite get his hands around it, and it brings up 3rd down.
They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
A big play there on the catch and run. 32 yards. Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now Rodgers.
No hesitations. They go right back to Kelsey.
And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. Back-to-back plays of right around 30 yards, and the field position has totally been flipped.
Couple of 1st downs right in succession, and this is an offense that could really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 30-yard line.
Meanwhile, Rodgers' throw taken in by Adams. And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
That's a nice catch there. Remember, he had the fumble earlier. No way he was giving up the ball in that situation. Secured it tight to his body and picks up the first down.
Into the red zone. It's Rodgers. And it's a Packers touchdown. Davante Adams from 19 yards away.
And the Packers have got it back to within a score.
Gonzalez good on the extra point, and that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away.
Very short kick taken right at the 20. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Still enjoying the lead here in the third quarter despite their defense giving up that last touchdown. Now they'll see if they can get the equalizer here on this drive. They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive.
Room here to run. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
120 yards rushing for him here as he starts to draw closer to a 1,000-yard campaign. Back to Taylor on first down.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss.
From the 50, here's Fields.
Looking left side for Watkins, and he's got him. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it. And that brings up 3rd and a full 10 yards.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. They'll bring a receiver in motion right.
Throwing on 3rd down, Fields.
Open man right side is Ingram. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 38-yard line. A nice pickup there, 10 yards.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Here's Fields.
To the right side, complete to Taylor.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action.
On the ready.
Quick throw out wide, and Pierce has got it.
And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. They'll get 34 yards there.
So often on these RPOs, we see the ball get from the quarterback to the receiver in what feels like a nanosecond. But on this play, he actually cleared coverage downfield a bit before the ball got to him. The net result, though, a considerable gain.
So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. They'll run here with Taylor, and he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Jonathan Taylor with career touchdown number 70. And the Chiefs look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this fourth quarter. Lutz good on the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
Now whistles here, flag down. I think one of the Packer linemen was moving. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. Second down and long. Rodgers now to throw. And the Chiefs are going to get him. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up third.
I remember throughout my career hearing defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
Here's Pat O'Donnell now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Chiefs will have excellent field position here as they take over.
To the right side, this is Taylor.
And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown.
Jonathan Taylor hitting double digits with his 10th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Chiefs have pretty well put it away here in the fourth quarter.
Lutz with the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line.
Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big fourth quarter hole.
Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Now, the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
Shotgun now for Rodgers.
He'll get this one to Kelsey. That's complete.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Now it's Rodgers. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. Well, offensively, Charles, hard to put a silver lining on this one. No secret that they had to take chances with a score where it is, and it leads to a turnover.
I love how you paint the picture, partner, because you're exactly right about that one. Look at the empty stares on that sideline. This is one of those games where you just want to go crawl under a rock until it's over.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory.
152 yards rushing for him now, as he has been tremendous all day long.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. And I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3.
They'll try and run for the first with Taylor.
And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. Give him 8 yards on the play, and they pick up the first.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
They go to the ground again with Taylor. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
On 2nd down, it's Taylor.
And he'll be taken down at the 34. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
On 3rd down, here's Taylor.
And some room to roam now. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Running straight ahead, Taylor. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11.
Alex Singleton, the linebacker, there on the tackle.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Up the middle, here's Taylor. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Play number 9 on the drive coming up, and they need 9 yards on 3rd down. And they'll send the tight end in motion here.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. They run once more with Taylor. And he'll take this one down near the 15. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
Well, ultimately, not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3, and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
A higher scoring game, Charles, than we typically see in the National Football League.